Good evening, council, staff, residents. My name's John Williams. I live in Monte Malaga, and I'd like to talk about storm drains again. I've been on this for several months. I've turned in 30 pages of suggestions, but I'm not done. So one of the things I talked about 2 weeks ago was the contract to do a storm drain inventory. That's a contract that was let to Wood Rogers. I think it's unnecessary, excessive, and certainly expensive. It's about $500,000. I proposed 2 weeks ago that the council should terminate that contract. They haven't billed anything for the past month, so maybe they're on stop work. I don't know. But there's lots more things to spend that money on, as you know better than most of us. On another topic, a related topic, the Malaga Cove Plaza water intrusion problem. 2 weeks ago, Councilman Lazaro asked what was happening with that. The answer was nothing, because at the last meeting to consider the subject, the council gave no direction. Now, I'm a little surprised that the Malaga Manor Group and Mr. Graver haven't come up to discuss that. But you had let a contract to Geosyntec for $200,000. They prepared some reports. They had some nice pictures, but they had nothing useful in the report. In fact, the recommendation was to install 1,700 feet of French drains. And the one thing we do know about French drains in Malaga Cove is they fail after 10 years. It really isn't a serious proposal. Charles Abbott Associates did what I think is a definitive study of the problem in Malaga Cove in 1993. The residents paid for that, but I assume the council has seen it or has access to it. And I think you really should start with that. All subsequent studies of Malaga Cove just restate what Charles Abbott came up with. So I'm left wondering, what's the problem here? Why isn't anything happening? We have 5 very smart council members, and if you put your minds to it, you can solve any problem. Maybe it's too many problems to put your minds to, but I encourage you to figure out what's going on. When the rains start, it'll be impossible to do any work in Malaga Cove. In fact, it's probably already too late to start. But what you can do is make a plan for what happens in January of next year. Thank you.
Great.